They were talking about it in the broadcast. They said that when you were a kid, you hurt your hand, and so that's why you started practicing Southpaw.
Yeah, that's when I started actually practicing it. You know, that was something that when I had the cast on, I was like, man, I love the gym so much. I'm like, man, I'm not leaving the gym. Like, I'm going to practice with this left. And that's when I got the left stronger, because at first, when I go Southpaw, it was only, you know, my right. Then when my hand got messed up, just started working on the left, and it started getting stronger and stronger. And I started getting more accurate, because at first, it's just throw it just to be throwing it. And then, you know, it just got to a point where my left was actually way stronger than my right when it came back. So I had to get my right back stronger.
That's great. It's crazy that you have that option, because that's such an amazing advantage to be able to fight just as comfortably from Orthodox as Southpaw.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, I look at it like you can't go nowhere.
Right.
Like you trapped. Like you move to your left, I can go Southpaw and cut you off. You move to your right, I can go Orthodox and cut you off. So, and then it is great that I can pack a punch in both hands as well, because a lot of people, when they switch, they give up something.
Mm-hmm.
I think when I switch, I gain something in both stands that I probably don't have in the other stands. So it's great for me.
Did anybody ever try to discourage you from switching up that much?
Of course.
Did they?
My coach, he used to get mad. Like, you need to focus on one stance and doing it right before you start switching. You ain't even got the Orthodox stance down pat all the way. And then you trying to go Southpaw. I'm like, all right. Then I go Orthodox, and then in the fight, boom. I switch, then I switch back. He like, stop switching. And then I win the fight like, what?
When did he stop telling you to stop switching?
When I was winning. He was like, all right, since I can't stop you from switching, we just gonna train that way. So yeah, if you do 4 rounds, you're gonna do 2 rounds Southpaw, you're gonna do 2 rounds Orthodox. That's just how we started training.
Well, it's amazing how it turned out. And for Spence, you know, who always fights Southpaw, like to see you as a Southpaw too, like probably created a little bit of an adjustment for him.
Yeah, especially given that he wasn't fighting too many Southpaws in his whole career.
Right.
That much. So.
It seemed like after you dropped him in the second, right somewhere in like the middle of the third, you started to turn the heat up. Then you start closing the distance, and you were like smothering him. You know, like somewhere in the third, it seemed like you picked up the intensity. Is that when you felt like you started to get to him?
Yeah. I felt like I was in control the whole fight. You know, the first round, neither one of us really did anything. We was kind of just filling each other out. The second round, he kind of started picking it up a little bit, and I caught him with them 2 shots. I feel like that's what led me to get more control, because I felt as if I caught him off guard. He wasn't expecting me to punch as hard as I did. So I could see on his face he was kind of like, whoa, you know, and then the rest, you know, I was in control.
Yeah, you were in control. It's an amazing performance. But now that you've accomplished this, and now that you're the first man ever to be undisputed in 2 different weight classes, like, what are the offers now? Are people coming? Because I hear all this talk about Jamel. I hear this talk about Canelo. Like, where are they at right now?
Well, you know, Canelo and Jamel is fighting. I wanted to fight Jamel next, since he was the 154-pound undisputed champion. But as you know, they're going to strip him for his belt once the bell ring when he fight Canelo.
So your goal was to go up and become undisputed in 3 different weight classes.
There you go.
Wow.
Something that never been done before.
Right.
And, you know, it's greatness. Like I said, this is my era, and I'm taking it. Ain't nobody going to stop me. So now I didn't shift gears, because I know I wanted to fight Jamel, but if he lose to Canelo, I wouldn't. I always said, man, that's a big step. That's a big step. But for a person to go up 3 weight classes from 147 to 168 and to win
Yeah.
and become undisputed, wow. What can they say? They
What
can't
can
say,
they say?
they can't say nothing right now, but what can they say?
Well, then you're in like the greatest of all time discussion.
I'm already in them,
Yeah, you
them
are.
discussions. But
Yeah.
I'm saying, but what would they say though?
They can't-
3-time
Yeah.
undisputed champion and the smaller fighter that went up 3 weight divisions to conquer one of the baddest mans besides himself that's been doing it for probably longer than me.
So you said 68, but you mean 54, right?
No, 68.
You want to go up to 68. So
Yeah.
so who would you fight at 68? Canelo?
If he win or
Wow.
Charlo, the winner.
Wow.
I wanna-
that would be crazy.
I want to be 3-time undisputed.
To jump up like that 21 pounds?
Yes.
What do you walk around at?
I don't know.
You don't know? Oh,
don't
you don't
know.
want to tell anybody. You
I
got a
don't
scale.
know. I don't know. You know what I mean? But
How much time would you need to prepare for something like that? Would you gain weight? Would you do anything different?
I'll definitely have to gain weight.
Yeah.
You know, and I just believe in my abilities. You know, Canelo's not a big guy. You know,
Right.
he's 5'8".
Right. Fought
He's-
at 52 when he
yeah.
fought Pacquiao.
He's
Or when he fought Floyd, rather.
he's big, like muscular wise, but far as like height,
Right.
nah. So yeah, that wouldn't be nothing that we had to see.
That would be insane. For you to go from 140 all the way up to 168.
That'd be dope.
Woo!
I
So-
think it can happen. I think that's to be honest. I think that's the biggest fight in boxing.
Mm.
He beat Charlo, Terence Crawford, Canelo. That's the biggest fight in boxing, hands down. No
Yeah.
other fighters could compare to that. You know, no disrespect
Right.
to Charlo, but he's not a superstar. He's not on Canelo's level. Now he got a chance. Don't get me wrong. Like he's going to do well in that fight, and he got the tools to win. It's just about preparation and what type of fight he fight.